Hey folks, Thursday the 11th of November 2022, and we have a big one today. CPIs come out of the US, and the market is eagerly awaiting these figures to come. So, what's it going to be? Really, looking over on the S&P, a hot reading here with the core CPIs year on year set to come out for 6.5, just below prior 6.6, and the headlines year on year set to come out 0.8 below prior 8.2, or sorry, 8.0, set to come out below the prior 8.2. What are we looking at? I think a hot reading here is going to be perceived as further hawkishness from the Fed. But you can see on these weekly bars that, we've had a bit of a rally already this week, getting a smackdown and really sitting around this 37.59s area, which is kind of this low area at the end of June 27th, the week of going through to July 11th, just a little piercing there. But for me, I think it hangs in the balance. I think there's big resistance up around 39.21s. Should we kind of rally up to here in around this area? So I think should we get there, it'll be interesting to see if the buyers can maintain that. But if not, I think on a hot reading, I think we're actually going to be visiting 39 or 36.98 to the downside. Looking at this on a 60-minute chart here. We'll just minimize this and get this up here like this. So yeah, on the 60 minutes, really, the 37.59s is taking hold of the lows this morning so far. But I think, if we get a break on our hot data, I think a little push to the 37.87s, find resistance and selling there, and then bang, down we go. I just don't really buy into the strength that's in the market at the moment. That we've seen, on buying there last Friday, for example. I think it's just a matter of time before we have a capitulation down of like a 5% day to the downside. And today, maybe that's the day today. So what else do we look at? Oil taking a bit of a tumble, breaching this weekly trend that we had there set up. So breach yesterday to the downside, looking for 84.30s really on the downside, which is the '09 low back adjusted. It's a bit of a line in the sand. It's not really a level I'd be taking a trade off of to the tick. Just be more leaning around that level, looking for support. Of course, rumors and any notifications that we get out of China that they're coming out of the zero COVID policy, it's just wiped back again, and it's unfounded. And so we had one of them this morning that brought about a 40 tick bid into oil on a little pullback, and then back down we went to make new lows. So just be careful out there for any of these Chinese headlines. I think the market is going to get tired out with these kind of boy that cried wolf on China headlines. So look, 84.30s to trade in the downside for support. I'd be looking for bids around there to buy in the market. If not, though, if we can't get supports there, really I'd be shorting a pullback onto the 86.40s level to then get more downside on oil, notwithstanding headline risk of China coming out of a zero COVID policy. What else? Nice trades to be had in the NASDAQ if you are so inclined. But really, I think it's weak below the 10,895s. Should we push above 10,895s and get a pullback, I'd be buyer there for further upside. You're kind of seeing a little bit of a trend here to the downside coming in down at 10,680s. But if we push down there, I think we're gonna break, and we're actually gonna trade below the 10,550s. If we kind of breach the 10,736s here on the NASDAQ. So just do be aware of that. And it's balanced down at the moment. What else can we do? Yeah, I couldn't go anywhere without talking about Bitcoin right now. So this is Bitcoin futures on the CME. We're down, just 0.6% on Bitcoin at the moment, but really on these weekly bars, we can see here we're currently down just shy of 27% there on Bitcoin for the week. Just let me zoom in. So supports to come in at 14,135. So we're trading 15,490s. We were looking at supports yesterday at 16,260s. Didn't really come in. I mean, there was some buying to be had around there. We'll just come back onto the chart here for a sec. There was some buying that came in on this initial push, but we are heavy now selling off of the 18,485s. But yeah, look at that 14,135 supports to the downside there. And really, with this whole FTX story going on, I think they're going down. I don't think there is a white knight for them, and I think we're going to have a serious route to the downside on all cryptocurrencies over the next 24 hours. Really, the dip bars I don't think are going to come in on Bitcoin until we get to that 14,135s, which is kind of this interesting area back here. Just let me take my head off the screen. You can see this kind of interesting little area here. It was kind of the high on a push on 10th of February 2020. It was kind of a low on the 1st of July 2019. These are weekly bars, so it's quite a meaningful area. So we're going to just mark that one up there for you. Okay. All right, listen, that's it for me for another pre-US session. I'll see you in Discord. If you haven't signed up, do give us a shout, go to the website and check it out. There's a discount code going at the moment for access. And otherwise, I will check you out in Discord, and have a good one.